Good morning. It is time for day 6 of our 40 days of prayer. And today's theme is prayer breaks down walls. Now, when we think of walls, we oftentimes think of something that's either to keep someone out from our presence or something that's supposed to keep us out from the presence of someone else. But I think we also need to realize that there is oftentimes a wall built between us and the Lord, and we fail to realize this. And we're going to look at the story of Jericho to talk a little bit about this today, which is found in Joshua 5. When Joshua was near Jericho, he looked up and he saw a man standing in front of him with a drawn sword in his hand. Joshua went up to him and said, "Are you for us or for our enemies?" How many times have you said that? God, are you for me or are you for my enemies? "Neither," he replied, "but as commander of the army of the Lord, I have now come." Then Joshua fell face down to the ground in reverence and asked him, "What message does the Lord have for his servant?" The commander of the army of the Lord said, "Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy." And Joshua did so. Now the gates of Jericho were securely barred because of the Israelites. No one went out, no one came in. And the Lord said to Joshua, "See, I've delivered Jericho into your hands, along with its king and its fighting men." Joshua did not have a realization until he sees this commander of the Lord's army in front of him with a sword drawn, and he realizes, something is a little bit different right here. He didn't have a realization that this was not his battle. By the way, this life, it's not your battle. It's the Lord's battle. We have to be bowing in submission to him, and we do this in prayer. That is our act of getting on our knees and bowing before the Lord is prayer. And when he did this, he came to the realization that God was already fighting this battle for him, and he just needed to submit and do what God told him to do. Well, the same is true for us. We need to bow in reverence before the Lord, because guess what that does? That tears down those bricks of that wall between us and God and helps us come to an awareness of the presence of the Lord, and it helps awaken a fire within us, because then we realize we don't have to fight. The battle belongs to the Lord, so we follow him. Now, there's going to be a battle. There is going to be fighting, but the Lord leads the way. The Lord directs the path. We tear down the wall between us and God, and then God tears down the walls ahead of us. Prayer is the catalyst for this. Prayer is the catalyst for us giving up on our own fights. Now, I want to read a little bit about the prayer focus for today so that you kind of come to a little bit more awareness of this, and I do as well. Take a moment and write down a list of challenges you're facing in your life. Maybe there's a long list of things that are causing you stress and anxiety. When you look at these challenges, how can you focus on God's presence? How can you focus on the way God is going to take care of it instead of the way you're going to take care of it? What does the word holy mean to you? What does it mean that God is holy? How can thinking about your answers to these questions change your prayer life? Because until you come to awareness that you're standing on holy ground, that God is holy, that we're coming before a holy God, and that we need to have that kind of attitude, nothing's really going to change. Is there an obstacle that seems insurmountable that you need to surrender to God today? That you need to stop saying, "I'm going to stop trying to tear down this wall and I'm going to let God do it"? How can you bring your attention to God's presence in your life right now? Can you make a list of praises and thanksgiving? And what areas of your life do you need to take off your sandals before God and realize his holiness? It's hard to give up fighting for ourselves, trying to fix everything ourselves. But until we stop doing that and we start kneeling before God, we're going to see nothing change, and we're going to constantly be fighting the same stupid battle over and over again. Where if we would just come before a holy God and allow him to do the work, to lead us, to guide us, and to show us what the path is to take, then suddenly everything that seemed complicated becomes very simple. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that you dwell in the presence of a holy God and that you kneel down before him that he may tear down those walls. God bless. Have a great day.